Okay, hello, happy Wednesday, happy yoga. A little relaxation and stretching today. How does that sound for a weird time in our lives? Might as well get some flexibility, feeling long and strong. So let's do this. Let's get into a good place on your mat, feeling centered. Be kind of aware where your space is. And we'll be using your space forward, the width of your mat. Let's start wide today. So you're going to stand up nice and tall. Pull your shoulder blades back. Take a nice big deep inhale. In through the nose. Exhale. Just let those arms flow. And then let's just shake it out a little bit like this. Get some side to side motion. Letting those arms rotate your body from your waistband through your upper body, through your shoulders, taking any tension out of your neck. Let's come to the center. Let's roll those shoulder blades back. So you're going to kind of pull and rotate backward, letting your whole body move with you. And then let's roll it forward. Now, maybe we're going to a little bit bigger arm movement here. And feeling that big, long stretch up. The camera angle's a little bit lower. So I look like a giant standing in a little teeny house today. Let's rotate this way. That's okay. You get the move. I should have you just listen and see if you can move with the words, not so worried about looking at something. So let's come to the center. Let's get those feet that are still a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Get grounded in there. You're going to reach, so squat down, touch the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. So you're getting a little bit of leg movement here into that back. You squat down, roll down over that back, touch the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Take your time to this. If I'm going faster than you care to move, just take the breath and move with it at your own pace. You're down nice and low, and you're up nice and high. Down, touch the ground. Press, up nice and high. Very basic with this. And you kind of get a sense of how low can you squat. You're using your legs, keeping your core nice and tight as you bend over. This last one's take it all the way down. So from the side, you'll see bend in the knees, push back with the hips. Hands are somewhere in front of my feet. So way out here if I'm less flexible or tight in the back of my legs. Way over the top, dropping the hip if I'm a little more flexible in the back. You want to work the back of the legs, maybe here. This is what we're looking for though. This kind of low parallel thigh position. Square arm looks like this, and you've got that flexibility to bring your feet in or out depending on how flexible the back and legs are. With your hands in the middle, I'm going to have you walk one step forward with your hands, one big step back with your feet, and you're in kind of this high downward dog position. You're not extending too much in the back. You're looking back through your feet, and your knees are bent. Hips are going to go up, press those legs straight, heels into the floor, up on your toes, bend those knees, touch the ground. So you're coming to that all-fours position, hands are here. Lift the knees up, press the hips up, press back on the heels. So it's kind of a three-point move. Heels up, bend the knees, take it down to the floor. So that's 1, knees up is 2, extend is 3, press back in 4. Heels upward, 1, knees down is 2, touch the floor, you're here. So kind of just flowing through that 3-4 point move, and then you gracefully just smooth it out. You can push even back a little bit further. I push forward, knees come up, making it a nice smooth downward dog. Inhale, come forward, knees down, press back into modified child's pose. Forward, lift, back and down into downward dog. Up on the toes, down to the knees, press back. Feet stay in that same position in the flexed toe. Forward, hips up, stretch it back. Inhale, come forward. This time take it all the way down. Let your feet go flat to the floor, then sit back further. So our first child's pose, reaching those arms out long to that back side, hips to the heels, and then reach the right arm forward and lean to the right. Left arm forward, lean to the left. So a little upper body, pulling that elbow into the body as you reach opposite hand. Reach the right hand, pull to the left. Reach the left hand, pull to the right. That's going to work laterally up and down your sides. Do a few more like this, just going to your point of tension. You breathe into it, pass back, go to the other side, not any pain. Inhale, come to the center, push your hips forward, and now you're on all fours. So from the side, nice flat back like this, toes are down. You're going to arch up into your cat, arch back down into cow. So sway back, cat and cow. Nice high arch, feeling the separation across the upper part of your shoulders. That's your rhomboid area. Sitting back, squeeze those shoulder blades. You're pulling into the center of your back, letting your abdominal wall kind of arch out, round up in the shoulders, pushing your hips forward. Feel that stretch in the top of your shoulders. Now, when you get down to this cow position, that sway back, look over that front shoulder to the hip. Look over the back to the hip. More lateral movement, side to side. You tilt your hip toward the shoulder and look past that same shoulder. Tilt and look. A lot of rotation is happening in your spine, in through your neck, getting that full range of motion through your back. If you stay seated in a office or chair most of the day, you get real fixed in this area and you lose your flexibility. That's going to open that up. Now, if you're comfortable and you can sit on your knees like this, you're going to have your shoulder blades pulled back. If this is too much, you can stay up nice and high. Down here is going to be relaxed, chest is up, shoulders are up, and let's rotate like this. So now you realize your legs in that position aren't going to compensate for any tightness. This is just upper body movement. So you look to the right and bring that left arm across your body. Look to the left, bring that right arm across your body. If you're real tight and inflexible here, it's just going to be arms moving like this. The goal would be to move with the line of sight. So I'm looking over my right elbow. As far back as I can look is where I push that right elbow. Bring it around, follow that left elbow, and twist with it. Making note if you are very tight on one side or the other. This is too much for your legs. You come here. Twist and twist. So now when I'm up on my legs, on my knees, I can push through my hips a little bit. Let's go laterally. Reach that left arm up and over. Right arm up and over. And this is just probably something you do quite often in a day. So want to open up everything from the chest to your hips, ribs to your top of your legs, and get that motion here. Take a deep breath in from this position, arms go up. Exhale all the way back down, hands to the floor, turn those toes back under, push the hips up. Now your true downward dog. Pressing the hips back, heels to the floor. Big long stretch right there. And then you're just going to walk your hands and feet together and come into what we would traditionally call your forward fold. Feet are together, arms are hanging down right out of your shoulders, and you're relaxed in the back. Not worrying about how straight your legs are here. Take a nice big inhale here. Hands to your shins. Exhale, half forward fold. So from the side, back is flat, pulling in that core wall. Everything is long right here. Take that nice big inhale. Think of bringing the crown of your head to the top of your mat, tailbone to the back, and then you relax. You can soften the knees if you're tight in those hamstrings. Forward fold is in this position. Chin to the chest, looking through your knees. Let's take a big inhale. Bring it all the way up. All the way up with that, grabbing that right wrist up and over. Little side stretch here. And other side. Exhale, up and over, side stretch here. Standing up nice and tall, right arm is going to reach down. Bend that right leg, standing on the left, pulling that thigh into a vertical position. So we're not out to the side, we're not leaning. Pulling it vertical so you're standing, your hips stay level. Balance comes from this left leg, left arm goes up. And then you find that center. Take a deep breath in. Right down through the middle, you ground that left foot. Exhale, reach. And you're pushing that right foot into your right hand and letting this left leg find your balance, find your stability. Big long reach. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Release that back. Shake it out if you need to. Hands come to your shins, half forward fold. Big inhale right there. Exhale, full forward fold. Feel that length. Let your body just stretch just to the point of tension. Always where you want to be. Inhale, bring it up. One more time, grab the left arm up and over, side stretch. Always keeping in mind your lengthening the body. Up and over on the side. Grab that right wrist up and over the other way. Nice and long, arms are up. Left arm reach back, standing on that right leg. Grab that left foot. And if you're by something that you have to hang on to, that's totally fine. Find the focus, trying to get those knees together. And then press into it, reach. Long in that right leg. Push into that foot. Stretch. Take a nice deep breath in, fight for that balance. If you really have great balance, look down, close your eyes, using that right foot. Inhale, bring it up. All the way, both arms go all the way up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Nice big long stretch into the back. Inhale, hands to your shins, half forward fold. And exhale, full forward fold, step the right leg back. So now you're in this low lunge. So you're back into the kind of your lanes of your mat. That left foot is a little bit to the outside, right hand is to the outside, but your whole body's within the confines of your mat. So imagine you have walls on your mat. So you want to stay in line with the two joints. So left foot, right hand is in the same alignment. This left arm is going to go up to the ceiling. I'm going to rotate. So again, opening up your chest, twisting. Right shoulder goes toward that left knee, looking up. Inhale, straddling that foot. Exhale, press it back. Look back toward your right toe. Straight leg on that front. Lengthen. Just slow, easy stretches here. Sometimes we go through these vinyasas, these poses, and flow through it. That's not always the purpose. I would like for you to push your flexibility where we take a little more time in this posture, each pose. Bend that left leg, take that right knee all the way down to the floor. So now if you're here, you're going to be up high in this right side, and you're going to feel that length from the right knee through the hip flexor, through that front part of your hip, all up to this right shoulder. Up nice and tall, look over that left. And just lengthen, breathe into that stretch. And relax, both hands down to the floor, lift up on that foot, press back. And then bring that left foot back by the right foot. Here's your plank. Square off your shoulders. Hands are in line with the shoulders. Hips are gonna go up and you press back into downward dog. Long to that downward dog, stretching back through your heels. Every time you get to downward dog, getting a little bit deeper, a little bit longer in that stretch. Inhale, this time, left leg stays back, right leg steps forward. So find your posture in this low lunge. Once again, get to the edges of your mat, and you're just lengthening through that whole stretch. Back of that left leg from the knee to the hip. We open up this right arm, rotate that right shoulder up to the ceiling, right hand to the ceiling, sitting low into that right leg. Big long stretch right there. And then we inhale, straddle that right leg. Exhale, straighten out that right leg. Push gently back on that left foot. And you've got that split stance. And just reaching through that right back of the leg. Inhale, come back forward, setting that left leg all the way down. Letting your body kind of shift. Stretching all the way up that left side this time. Looking over that right. Bending this left leg. Can you reach back and grab that left foot? It's a little progression on that. So if you're not here today, that's fine. We'll do this on the other side as well. Release, untwist, come back up into the split. And then we send this right back. Right leg back to the left leg. Hip squat nice and high, downward dog. Pedal through that. Nice big stretching. Heels are reaching to the floor. Chest reaches to the floor. Inhale, looking forward, step that left leg forward, step the right leg forward, you're right back into forward fold. Every time you come to the fold, you can make it more narrow if you're getting more flexible. Inhale, bring it up. Big long stretch, reaching it back. Let's stand on that left leg. Exhale, reach back, grab the right leg. Here's that standing posture. Balance now. Can you lengthen a little bit further? Reach that arm forward. Pressing into that left foot. Left hand reaches out, right foot into that right hand, and you're reaching. Find that balance. If you're fighting for it today, hang on to something. There's nothing wrong with that. Inhale, bring it up. Keep floating that leg. Cross it over. Palms come to heart center. That's going to give you some balance. You're sitting in this position, stretching out the back of that right side. If you get down here, the more contact points you have touching one another, your proprioceptors, how your brain responds to where you are in space, is going to be enhanced because I feel my elbows touching my ankle. I'm in this position. I'm going to feel more balanced. Might not necessarily be true, but mentally my brain has those contact points for reference. It's going to help. Press the palms together. Inhale, bring it up. Both feet down to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Relax. Let your head relax here. Let the weight of that head be long. Stretching through. Inhale, step that right leg back. Now you're in that low lunge on this left side. So now you're getting a little bit lengthened in that right side. We'll try setting that knee down here as well, but lift, push up into that left hand, rotate, twist. Feel that stretch on the back of that left leg. Keep it in tight. Left arm up to the ceiling. You're reaching nice and tall. Inhale, straddle that left leg. Exhale, split stance, pressing that weight back in that heel. Big, long stretch. Inhale, bend, set that right leg down. Now, as we did on the other side, reach and look back. There's your right foot. Can you bend? And then reach with that left hand to grab it. So you're pulling just so gently. If there's any tension on that knee that's too much, just release it. And feel what that feels like. Great hip, hamstring, upper body. A lot of stretching in that whole chain today. Untwist, straddle, lift up, send that left leg back, downward dog. Get nice and deep into that downward dog. Pedaling your feet here should feel really good. We shall repeat on the other side. Take that big stretch in the upper back. Plant those feet. Take a nice big inhale. You step that left leg forward. Step the right leg forward into your fold. Catch your balance. Take a big inhale. Bring it up. This time we stand on this left leg. Opposite side. Stand on the right leg. Left leg you're grabbing behind you. Right arm is up this time. Get the balance. Watch where those knees are. Then you reach with that right hand. Look, push those toes into that hand, opening up your chest, reaching forward nice and long. Find that balance. Some days it's great. Some days you might need to fight for it. Inhale, bring it up and through, floating. Foot goes onto that knee, hands to heart center, touching maybe your clavicle right at your heart, elbows to the left leg that is folded. And then you bend that right leg to get to that stretch. Oh, find that balance, focus, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, press it all the way up. Nice and high. Fold forward, relax. Lower back stretches right here. Step that right leg back. Step the left leg back. Long, tall plank. Let's get a little bit of your abs going in this. So find wide position with those hands. You're going to take those knees to the same wrist. So what does that look like? Right knee comes up to the right wrist. Foot goes back. Left to the left, somewhere between the elbow and the wrist. And I mean, bring the leg up there. My upper body doesn't move. I'm locked in here, knee to the wrist, knee to the wrist. So you want a forward position, arms locked out. If it's too intense, you can bend your elbows. You want to strengthen that wrist. And that knee comes up and out of the side to get your obliques. That's the side ab muscles from your rib to your hip. And then nothing else is moving. Just that knee comes in. You're low to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Knees to the ground. Sit back, child's pose. Nice and long in that position. sometimes you'll get to a place where you're in that hand prone place, and that becomes a lot of tension on your wrists or maybe your whole hand. You want to be able to get off of that, so be conscientious of how much time you spend in this position. I like to mix it up because I don't want your wrists to be the factor that doesn't allow you to continue to do what you're doing. So we're going to get off of those in that respect. And you're going to bring your body weight forward, and let's have a little seat, just seated up nice and tall. So as we started on your knees, mobility here, now we're going to be seated. So the mobility with your legs out is probably going to be diminished slightly because of where your center is right here. Same thing, if we bring our arms up here, it does two things. Pulls my posture muscles into alignment, so it's going to be hard to slouch and do this. Sit up nice and tall, arms are here, and this same action. Look to the right. Now, if I'm hanging onto my arms, they're only going to move as far as my back will allow the twist. Avoid leaning and coming up out of those hips. So I twist and twist. So my elbow comes back, looking as far as I can. I'm only going to pull that front arm as far. Twist to the middle, pull. Twist to the middle, pull. So this height here is really what you're trying to keep high, because when I get to where I'm inflexible or tight, I want to drop and not be able to finish the movement. So we twist and we twist, and then you realize that's not a big movement. My arms can do this without me. You're wringing out your spine. And let's bring it to the center. Reach forward. Flex your feet, and you're pulling your toes towards you. Reach and grab the top of your toes, and you really should just relax those legs. So from the side, if you are tight in the back and the hamstrings or in your upper back, this is going to relieve that tension. I can grab my knees. I can bend at the knees. I can be here. If you get to your toes and then straighten out the legs, feel the length. Slight tension, no pain. Breathing. Drop your head, relax that upper body, and let everything round out and stretch right here. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, big inhale. And big exhale. Let's roll it up. Left hand is lifted. Right hand reaches across, grabs that left foot, and push into it. So you've got that midline, and you're reaching tall, so sitting up tall, and then pushing that heel straight up. So I'm stretching out the back of that right arm. Getting that nice little stretch. Left arm goes behind me. I'm going to relieve some of that vertical tension and lean back and press into the stretch. That should feel really good. Look back toward that left hand. Opening up all the way across your chest. And then as we did standing, you're going to bend, place that foot on that knee, pull that right leg into your body, and then get that stretch right into the back of that left hip. So I like this stretch because I don't have to stand, challenge my balance. I can push my body toward this without having to struggle with my weight being up on my leg. I'm seated here, my arms are helping me. That should feel really, really good. Now you're halfway into this pretzel, so this right leg is going to tuck underneath me. I'm going to sit up and get my left leg on the floor. Here is where you want that left hip to stay down. So if there's any strain in the knee, this leg can stay straight, and that's going to be a lot easier. You want to get a deeper little stretch. You're sitting up tall, hug that knee, and now rotate one more time again into the spine. Look back up and over that left shoulder. And just feel that nice rotation with the spine. Big inhale. Big exhale. Can you drop? Now, if you're real flexible, I do not have that today. You've seen where people go over the top of this. If you can bring your weight forward, reach over. If you're real flexible in both hips, your legs could be laying down further. I do not have that. Just be out here and you're going over the top of those legs. So do what works for you. Pulling your abs in tight, nice long stretch to that back. Let's roll it all the way down, and you're going to hug those knees into the chest. So when you roll down, you want that back into your mat. Relax, upper body, trying to get your shoulders across your mat, pulling those knees into the chest, and just letting your body kind of become one with your mat. This is relaxing. Pull your shoulder blades back and just breathe. Here it feels really good just to close your eyes. Get that full, deep inhale, deep into your core, and that exhale. Release your arms and drop your knees toward this right side, and letting your upper body be heavy to the ceiling, opening up that chest. Open up that arm, palm to the ceiling. Oh, hello, there's Lizzie. Hello, girl. Let's bring those knees back into the chest. Flatten that back, and you're gonna drop them over to the other side. Drop it easy to the left, letting your back, allowing that motion. So if it gets tight, just stop. Your bottom leg can kind of allow that, what we call a kickstand, so I don't go too far. And I'm focusing on right at that low hip into that oblique area. Upper arm is relaxed. That weight is heavy on that top arm, and feeling the stretch all the way through. And let's inhale. Bring those knees back into the center. Exhale. Hug them into the chest, flattening that upper back, releasing the low back. And then we'll just repeat that. Well, let's do some abs to get up to the seated position. But from this position, release your knees. Bring your chin to your chest and arms are to the side. This is tabletop. Knees are parallel to the ceiling. I can set a tray on here. Chin is to my chest. I'm lifting up to this area. So shoulder blades are off on the floor. Now, this is easy for you in the core wall, send those legs out. If that's too intense, bring them back in. If you can go here, great. Arms are long, and then we're just gonna reach right and left. So you've got lots of modifications, either holding tabletop, moving in and out from tabletop, extending the legs, and then putting it all together, moving with extended leg. Go 10, and 9, and 8, 7, and 6, and 5, and 4. Nice little burn. You can always be here if that helps your neck. 2, and relax. Lay it down. Arms over your head, big long stretch. Now take note, the back can go away from the floor here, stretching out what you just kind of worked, releasing all the way through that low back. And exhale, relax. Pull those shoulder blades back. We're going to get seated back into that top position and do the same thing, stretching out the back of that right leg. Arms over your head. So here I'm mechanically disadvantaged. I've got a little slight lift away from the floor. Arms go forward, pull your abs in, look towards your toes, exhale, sit all the way up. All right, back to the seated position. Reach forward over those toes. Shoulders are relaxed, look down towards your knees. If you can grab those feet, remember you're here. Lengthen. And inhale, come up. This time, right arm goes up, left arm comes across, grabs that right foot, and we're just like this. So get that midline, pushing that right leg straight, stretching out the back of that left arm. This is just for your posture, so you're sitting up nice and tall. The side's a little tighter, and you're gonna find that, and that's totally fine. When I bring that right arm back, I can lean into it. Now I've got a little more leverage. I can twist, opening up my chest, pushing that heel through the hand. Nice big long stretch. And then I'm gonna bring that foot to the knee, sit up and press into this right here. And that feels good because I can use my upper body now to get a little bit more leverage and stretch out that outer hip that's tight. Oh, that should feel really, really good. I always just think, breathe in, relax, exhale, lengthen. Let's bring this foot underneath, sit up tall. Here's our little pretzel business. Pulling that right knee toward my left shoulder, sitting into that right hip. And then always with that twist, thinking about your spine today. As you go through, each yoga that is posted here has a different focus. Sometimes it's strength. Sometimes it's balance. Sometimes it's just flexibility. A lot of core is usually put in these because I believe that just helps so much with all of the aforementioned words. And let's untwist, or no, before I do this, because I can't do this one. If you go over the top and just lean a little bit into this, oh, gently feel that stretch. Whew. Good. Let's now untwist, bring both feet like this, and over the top. This is a lot easier to do here. So you can go back and do these short little segments. Get to a place where you feel like you can hold the postures. Maybe you're doing them twice through. I keep it basic. It doesn't need to be anything too advanced, unless it's noted advanced. But this should just be something that feels good. And if you like it, you feel free to go back and do it again. Bring your arms behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Let's roll that ear to the shoulder. Roll through this. Come forward, hands at your knees, and now look over the right. Look over the left. Back over the right, over the left, and come to the center. Circling that neck, just those half moon shapes. Left ear to the left shoulder, right ear to the right shoulder. Take a big inhale right there, big deep inhale. And exhale, relax. Roll those shoulder blades back. Simple as that, quick and easy, nice long stretching. Feel free to go back and go through that one more time, focusing, lengthening. See you next time. Thank you.